Hello, I'm Simon Whistler. You're watching TopTenzNet, and in the video today, we're looking at the top 10 craziest bets. From the outrageous to the hilarious to the downright unthinkable, there have been some crazy bets made over the years. We're not just talking about backing a few dark horses, but everything from betting on your own life to changing your anatomy. Join us as we count down 10 of the craziest bets ever made. Let's get started.
Number 10. Hold me in your arms. Sometimes the craziness of a bet isn't measured by the decisions or the outcomes, but by the randomness of it. Back in 1989, a Welshman and evident visionary took to the bookies for a five-fold accumulator on things that would remain the same until the year 2000. His list? The soaps Home and Away, Neighbours and EastEnders would all still be on the air, Cliff Richard would be knighted, and the band U2 would still be together. These are quite bold claims given there was a solid 11 years to go, but it is the seemingly arbitrary nature of the bet that makes it so amusing. Nonetheless, it turned out to be a solid $50 investment, returning a whopping $320,000 to start the new millennium in style. Number 9. All or nothing. When you hear of people going all in, it usually means that they're putting in all the money they have on them. For Ashley Revel, the term was a bit more literal. He put every single item he ever owned on the line and span the roulette wheel in an attempt to double up or potentially lose everything he ever had. In a television program made to follow his high-risk journey, Revel discussed his vision before going around and selling off everything he owned, eventually raising around $135,000. There was only one suitable location, Las Vegas, so he jetted off with the cash and took to Plaza Hotel and Casino to put it all on black. In a drastic change of heart, Revel switched his money to red at the last minute in what turned out to be the best decision he ever made. The ball landed on 7 red and Revel was left with $270,600. He tipped the dealer the additional $600 and with his newfound wealth, he started his own online poker company. Number 8. Swimming in money. When a man has swum across the English Channel, he has certainly earned the right to declare himself an excellent swimmer, but Matthew Webb learned the unfortunate lesson that this doesn't make you invincible. In 1875, Webb became the first ever individual to successfully complete the feat of crossing the Channel, but the achievement went to the ex-Navy man's head when he took on a $10,000 wager that he could swim straight across the volatile Whirlpool Rapids by Niagara Falls. It was a disastrous decision which everybody knew would end horribly, but you have to admire Webb's confidence and resolve. We salute you, Captain. Number 7. What a boob. You've probably already heard the well-publicized story of Brian Zembic, but it's too outlandish that it deserves a mention. A fervent gambler, Zembic's buddies challenged him to something particularly out of the ordinary that would make most men balk. For the fee of $100,000, he would have false breast implants for a full year. Zany Zembic accepted the unprecedented prop bet and actually went through with it. It's not the first time a recognizable face has got involved in a huge wager. Boxer Floyd Mayweather reportedly gambled $10 million on the 2014 Super Bowl, so maybe these mad bets have something to do with being famous. Although a crazy decision, it turned out to be a nice little earner for the Canadian. In addition to the six-figure windfall from his friends, he became a bit of a celebrity and was featured in the book of a man with the $100,000 breasts and other gambling stories. A lot of money, but still not the breast decision ever. Number 6. A Game of Two Halves. In the modern world of in-play betting, you can have a punt on just about everything in football. That's soccer for Americans. From the next goal scorer to the part of the body they use to knock it in, seemingly nothing is off limits. Scouser Adrian Howard took it to the next level though, betting specifically on Alonso to score from his own half in the 2005-2006 season. It is audacious to expect a goal from your own half, let alone to name the specific player to do it. And so the bookies happily took his $355 at odds of 125 to 1. Miracles do happen though. Against newly promoted championship side Luton Town, Alonso smacked a cheeky attempt from 70 yards out, having spotted the keeper off his line. The ball flew in and Mr. Howard picked up a spiffing $45,000. I've never placed such a large bet before, but I had a feeling about it, he said. Next time you have a feeling, let us know, Adrian. Number 5. We're gonna party like it's your birthday suit. Check out any of rapper 50 Cent's many CD album covers, and you'll no doubt find many of Eminem's protege bearing his chest for all and sundry. Whilst it's fairly common for rappers to show off their abs, it's much rarer for them to venture into X-rated pictures, yet this is precisely what G-Unit frontman risked when he gambled a picture of his manhood on the outcome of a football game. In one of many crazy bets by Fiddy, the shady aftermath superstar found himself talking to somebody by the name of @MyBestAssets on social networking website Twitter. It was she who put the bet to Fiddy, tweeting, "Let's bet. If the Giants lose the Super Bowl, you must post your dick on Twitter. If they win, I'll post my boobs and face. Bet?" Ferrari accepted, but when he won, @MyBestAssets quickly scarpered. We doubt he would have paid up either. Number 4. The Mayweather Mystery. This one has been denied, so the man in question must be taken with a pinch of salt, but we still suspect there may be a hint of truth in it. It was widely reported before, during, and after the 2014 Super Bowl that Floyd Mayweather placed a wager of no less than $10.4 million on the Denver Broncos to beat the Seattle Seahawks. As it turns out, the Seahawks slaughtered the Broncos 43-8, leading to a massive loss, if rumors are to be believed. Mayweather came out to deny the allegations and stated that if he was to bet it, he would have more likely bet on the Seahawks. However, he didn't refute the claims until after the game was over, leaving many to speculate that it was simply a face-saving tactic. Number 3. Shocking result. There's nothing wrong with a bit of friendly banter with couples, but we sense this one got a bit out of hand. When the Green Bay Packers took on the Chicago Bears, one couple made an audacious bet. The supporter of the losing team would be tasered by the winner. The pair had been drinking in a local bar when the boozy wager was placed. John Grant was supporting the Packers and his wife the Bears, with the former taking the win at 27-20. Apparently, Mrs. Grant assumed that her husband would never follow through with the actual taser, but he had other ideas. After the game, the two stepped outside into the alley and Mr. Grant proceeded to zap his wife, not once, not twice, but an astonishing 3 times. Mrs. Grant decided things had gone far enough and promptly called the police to put an end to the proceedings. Number 2. House your luck. Football has a sense of tribalism which makes it easy for supporters to get carried away, as in the case of a couple of keen football fans in Uganda. With Arsenal riding high at the summit of the Premier League and Manchester United undergoing an identity crisis under new manager David Moyes, Henry Debasani was pretty confident when the Gunners were due to face the Red Devils despite it taking place at Old Trafford, so much so that he put his house on the line. Fellow Ugandan and die-hard Red Rashid Yiga took him up on the offer and, perhaps even more shockingly, staked both his wife and a Toyota car. Clearly, his wife wasn't enough. Ex-Arsenal legend Robin van Persie nodded home the only goal of the game for United to take all 3 points and leave Darbanasi cursing his luck as he packed up his things to make room for the Yigas. Though we wouldn't bet on the wife sticking around for much longer after that stunt. Number 1. Magnificent 7. In what is now widely referred to as Frankie Dettori's Magnificent 7, the bookies endured an unprecedented upset with the pint-sized Italian winning all 7 of his races at Ascot. For those who aren't fans of the sport, it may be difficult to comprehend the magnitude of achieving such a feat, but despite the fact that it was seemingly impossible, it not only happened, but several shrewd punters got a piece of the action. One such man took odds of 25,000 to 1 on Frankie winning all 7 races and saw a return of £500,000. One poor lady bet 75 cents on each race, netting $30 total, but didn't think to back an accumulator of all 7. The latter would have seen her walk away with over $18,500.
So I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give us a like below. It really helps out. And if you know of any other crazy bets, that's what the comments section is for. Let us know about them. Over there on the right, a couple of other craziest videos. One is the top 10 craziest things that were ever caught on film. And below that, the craziest things ever found in the human body. Quite bizarre ones, those, but definitely worth watching. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe to our channel for other videos just like it. We have over 500 on the channel now, and more being added all the time. So be sure to check those out, and thank you for watching.